Well, most people associate an old-fashioned cocktail with whiskey, specifically bourbon and sometimes rye. But technically, an old-fashioned does not have to be whiskey. It can be made with just about any spirit, and it has to be mixed with bitters, sugar cube, or simple syrup, sometimes adding some water, sometimes an orange peel. So, some time ago, I've done a few videos on different types of old-fashioned, vodka old-fashions. I think there's also a gin old-fashioned and rum old-fashioned. But there's another type of old-fashioned. There's a brandy old-fashioned. Matter of fact, that actually has some history to it, certainly in my area of New Jersey. And we're going to try this one. This is a Laird's Old Fashioned. As they say, made in true fashion, in quotes. This is produced by Laird and Company in Scobeyville, New Jersey. So there's a lot of history to this. My area of New Jersey is Central Jersey, specifically Monmouth County, New Jersey. Very historic area. A lot of the Revolutionary War battles took place. And specifically, the Laird family was very well established family in this area. In 1698, William Laird was a Scotsman who produced Scotch in Scotland, came here, settled in Monmouth County, and he produced his Applejack apple brandy, which is in here right now. In the 1800s, the Applejack distillery was in right where I was today, where I picked this up in Colts Neck, New Jersey, at the Applejack distillery. I believe there was a fire, and then in 1851, the Laird family relocated it to its current location in Scobeyville, New Jersey, and they've been there ever since. Applejack brandy, I've never had it before, just on its own. They sell it in a lot of stores by me. I saw it in a liquor store when I was in Colts Neck today, also visiting the Colts Neck Stillhouse in Muckleyville Spirits. That was my last poster. I took a picture in front of there. But Applejack brandy is all over the place in New Jersey. I have not tasted it, and that's what's used in here. So this is basically, it's an apple brandy old-fashioned. So it's the same, the rest of it's the same. It's ready to drink, but it is apple brandy, and bitters, and all the rest in here. So I'm very curious how a brandy or an aged Applejack old-fashioned will taste. Let's try that right now. Okay, so we have this poured up in a cocktail glass over a square cube. And by the way, just to add one thing, the reason why in 1698, when William Laird, who was a Scotsman making Scotch, came here and chose not just brandy, but apple brandy, is because in Monmouth County, there happened to be, and still are, a great abundance of apples. As a matter of fact, we have a lot of places that people go apple picking to this day. And so it wasn't just brandy, but it was apple brandy. I don't like any liqueurs that have apple in it, so I'm very, very on the fence about this, and I've never had the Applejack brandy on its own, but it's all ready to make. Just poured it in here over ice. Give it a nose. It just almost smells like, honestly, it smells like 7-Up, but let's give it a taste. Cheers. It's very sweet. I mean, there's two things going on here. I got this, everything, I'll just put the brandy aside. You get that sweetness from the sugar in here, and, and a little bit of the potency from the bitters. That part of it is familiar to me, but the base spirit, the apple adds a little more sweetness than you would even have in a normal old-fashioned. All right, I mean, I think it's good. If you like something on the sweet side, this is very good. I might have Yvette try this. This probably is not for me on a regular basis. It's not bad, but I have a sweetness threshold. This kind of is over it. Now, I wonder if there's another idea as an alternate, not to throw the idea of brandy out the window. This is apple brandy. This is Applejack apple brandy, very specific in my area of New Jersey. But I'd be curious if you just try a regular brandy, not an apple brandy, if that would be any different or better. Because I know that brandy old-fashions are made. I know that is not an uncommon. Obviously, whiskey is the most common, but I know I've heard of that before. So maybe another time, if I have brandy, which I don't right now, I might try that. But if you happen to be in New Jersey, you're probably familiar with this or the Applejack or any of those. I guess I'm happy I probably didn't buy the Applejack itself, but it's interesting. The main idea here is this was bought at a local liquor store right in the Colts Neck area, right where the old distillery was, right where a lot of stuff is right there. and it's all about supporting local, and I'm a big believer in that. So if you like something sweet, you might want to try this or a regular brandy old fashioned. But I think more likely than not, I'm probably going to go back to a regular bourbon whiskey old fashioned. Cheers.